Hey, everybody, welcome to our inaugural Work Better project, Work Better Wednesday. This is a little video that Libby and I are going to drop every Wednesday to help you work better. And since this is our first one, and some of you have never met us, we wanted to take a minute to introduce ourselves. Libby, who are you and why do you care about this project?
Hello, Rebecca. Libby Castro. I am founder and co-owner of LPWS Design Studios, based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but we work everywhere. And Rebecca and I have been friends for about 20 years, and we've always been trying to figure out different ways that we could work together. And we finally found what I think is the perfect match. Using the expert skills of Rebecca with her fact-finding, mission-based, and data-driven information and research on communities and cities and workplace, and then coupled with my design that also uses all of that strategy that we were talking about before to inform the way that we design spaces. So this has been just such a great collaboration, and I'm so excited for our future.
Libby isn't saying it about herself, but she's an award-winning designer. She can breathe life into spaces and has been doing so in, again, an award-winning way for dozens of years. And I'm Rebecca Ryan. I'm a professional futurist. I'm an economist. And so I'm always thinking about what's next. And the reason that I'm really excited about the Work Better project is because we've known even before COVID that work was broken. Work didn't work optimally for a lot of people, but oftentimes things have to break apart or break down before you can have a breakthrough. So we're at this moment now where we can reinvent and rethink and reimagine what work can be and how it can work better for more people. And that's what this Work Better project is all about. So what we'd like to do next is share some of the comments that have been made so far from folks on the Work Better project, which is a LinkedIn page that you can follow. We want you to follow it because we want to bring you insight and inspiration and our own thought leadership on this, but also because the conversation is full of badasses who are like in the trenches doing it in real time. So I'm going to start with one of the comments that we received from a city manager who said that she's really excited to see how this all unfolds because within cities, there's been a schism because some people had to continue to come to work and work, emergency service professionals as an example, and some people could work from home. And what it has ended up feeling like kind of a two-tier system where some are more privileged than others are. And, when you think about the future of work, what is this going to mean for those folks? And my perspective on this at this moment, because we are all in a giant petri dish, trying to imagine and reinvent what this looks like. But my feeling at this moment is one of the reasons there's this us them is for a variety of reasons, but one of which is this is new. This is new. And when things are new, people resist change. But I want to zoom out for just a moment and say, this whole idea of driving to an office and then driving home at night was created during a time when we couldn't work remotely. And it was really based on the idea of a nuclear family where one person, the woman, usually was staying at home to do the childcare, to do the after school care, to take care of the house and so forth. So the commuting to a workplace really favored men, right? So one of the groups that has not been coming back to work is women. Why? Because work doesn't work well for women who still shoulder most of the responsibility at home and so forth. So one of the things to be thinking about is, we can get mired in the pettiness of so-and-so is pissed because the other person gets to work at home, or we can zoom out a little bit and say, listen, how do we make work better for everyone? So Diane, our city manager in Eagan, stay tuned, more to come on this. Libby, what about you? What's one comment that you've been really interested by, and what are you thinking about it?
Yes, so there have been a lot of comments from some great people. As you said, we've got some heavy hitters that are commenting on this, which really makes me happy and excited, really impressed. sorry about that. That was loud. But anyway, one of the things that or many of the comments have been like, I can't wait to see what the future of work looks like, or what we're suggesting for design. And that part of it I wanted to address is like kind of the easiest part, and not to be like, oh, design's so easy for me, that it's not really that. It's just that years of experience, that part of it is easy. The fun part is really getting to the meat of the matter, which is asking those really important questions that draw out of whoever we're talking to, whether it's a committee, whether it's a city, whether it's a community. Those deeper questions that bring their values and beliefs to the surface. And then that's what we design for. So our culture is what we're designing for, and it's going to look different for everyone. So what I might suggest for a corporation locally in Wisconsin is going to be very different than what we might suggest for a city, or shared workspace or something like that. So, and then the sizes of the businesses will play a key role too, and if people can come from everywhere, and or if people are more local, and like you were saying, we didn't really work remotely very much before the pandemic, but we had all that technology was there. So that's an exciting, aspect of this too, is now all of this stuff that was already there, we are able to bring that to the forefront of design and culture and policy. And when people are happier, they do better work. So that's what this is all about.
Just want to help everybody work better, baby.
Yes. Yes.
So Libby, let's talk about what's coming next. We just released on International Women's Day, March 8th, the first of a 3-part series of white papers. You're doing the next one. Yep. What can people expect?
So it's we're gonna shine some lights on some of the questions to ask, but not. I mean, and like I said, every place is different, so there might be a whole different set of questions, but some of the big questions we're going to take a look at, and then show some examples of how asking these questions led to this solution. So that's what's going to be next.
I love it. I'm a big believer in, if you want better answers, you need better questions.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you in advance, and I have had a chance to look at some of these questions, y'all, and buckle up. They're good ones. They're going to cause you to, my dad was a carpenter, and he used to say, measure twice, cut once. And that's what this is about, is let's get really clear about what it is we're trying to do here. And then the solution will reveal itself. And my article is the third article, and it's really targeted on like downtown business districts and how cities, municipalities, local governments are going to have to respond to a future of work where not everybody is commuting in 5 days a week. Our cities will look different. It's inevitable. But again, we're going to start with asking some questions. We're going to show you some best practices, and we're going to shine the light on some folks who we think are asking the right questions and doing some of the right things. And April 12th, Libby, what's coming on April 12th?
World's premiere. Yes, of the Work Better Project.
That's right. So we're dripping it out. Like, first article dropped Wednesday, the March 8th. The second article will be coming out later in the month. The third article will be coming out early April. And then on April 12th, Libby and I are going to do a live world premiere Zoom, completely interactive. Check out the registration link. Seating is limited. And we're gonna be talking about our favorite parts about the Work Better Project, where we think the easy wins are for you if you're just starting, and then we're gonna take your questions and we're gonna have a dialogue. Listen, Libby and I aren't pretending that we have a crystal ball that is absolutely perfect and pixelated, but we do know how to answer the kinds of questions so that you, in your department, in your organization, in your culture, can help people work better. Libby, any final words before we sign off for this episode?
Well, I just, again, so excited about this, and I want to express the opportunities for everyone. If you're struggling with, what to do with your team, how to motivate them, how to get things going, please give Rebecca and I a call, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help with those kinds of conversations and ideas and thinkubators to get to the heart of what you're all about.
Yeah, I want to reiterate that too. I mean, this is kind of a life cycle, right? And there are some of you who are like, we haven't really even really wanted to think about what the future of the workplace is going to look like, because we don't even know where to start. Give us a shout, give us a holler. We're happy to talk you through. Some of you might be midway through. You're like, we're doing it, but are we thinking about it in the right way? And some of you might have tried one thing or two things or three things, and you just feel like you're spinning your wheels. You're like, God darn it. No matter what we try, we don't seem to be getting this right. We don't care where you are on the journey. We feel that we've got some tools, some techniques, some questions that can help you get clear. And clarity is what we're trying to help you pursue.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Libby, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
See you next time.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.